you said 12 o'clock. I can select the 18 that. ఇది చెప్పారు కానీ సాంగ్ మీరు ఎలా కూర్చొని ఆ మైక్ యూజ్ చేయండి. ఇక్కడ దగ్గర పక్కన కూర్చోండి. కంపోజ్ బై టూ అని చెప్పి we will now present a song composed by Shri G.B. Murthy of Madras, and the song is dedicated and is also on Mataji. I shall say the lyrics and you will give the meaning of it.
First two stanzas.
Yes. Vinara vinara mudhamate, vinara vinara నిర్మల మార్గమే జన్మ సాఫల్యం, కనరా కనరా సహజ యోగుల చల్లని ఆనందం, వినరా వినరా మూఢమతి.
This is a song which we sing in bhajan form in our Madras center. When Dr. Chitti Babu heard it, he said he would like to play it here. But being a maestro, he set it to in his own classical style. The meaning is, I can say in my own broken Hindi, Sunre Sunre Mudhamate, Sunre Sunre Nirmal Margame Janma Sapanye, Dekore Dekore Sahaja Yogone Tandi Anande.
And the next stanza is Kalilu Punya Chindwaralo Jagadjanani Jananam. Kalilu Punya Chindwaralo Jagadjanani Jananam Ilalo Mano Punarjanmaku Yoga Bhumano Vinara Vinara.
Kaliyugume Punya Chindwarame जगत जननी जननी दिया मानव पुनर्जन्म के लिए योग बहुमान. ऐसा चलता है.
नेक्स्ट श्री निर्मल देवी नामस्मरण पाप विमोचनम निश्चिंतकु ओक्कटे दारी देवी पाद नमस्कारम. I am sure this needs no translation. శ్రీ నిర్మలదేవి నామస్మరణ పాప విమోచనం, నిశ్చింతకు ఒక్కటే దారి దేవి పాద నమస్కారం, వినరా వినరా మూఢమతి. I shall now render it.
जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडलिनी उठाकर बंधन लेंगे।
तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी सरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री शक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री शक्ति माता जी। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा देवे नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः।
इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अब हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी आत्मसात करेंगे।
They have asked me to talk about Indian culture today because Bombay is the place where Indian culture is disappearing. That's what they say. But I don't think so. Because the roots are so deep that we cannot give up that culture so fast. Now, as it is, for the people who are coming from other countries, they have to realize that this country had no religion as such, because there was not one book. They didn't follow one person. They didn't have any organization as we have for other religions. We never had a hierarchy, priesthood, all that appointed. It was all done very spontaneously. The whole thing worked out very spontaneous. But behind all that was, as I told you before, the attitude of Indians or our style was not to challenge or to question what these great saints have done. Because we accepted their status as saints, as higher personalities in awareness. In assent, they were higher than us. So we didn't want to challenge them. And whatever they said, we accepted. As a result, that became sort of, you can call it a way of conduct or way of life. But as religion, we had nothing except that later on the caste system developed. Before that, there was no caste system because non-Brahmins wrote about Sri Rama or wrote about Sri Krishna. It's very surprising how we accepted all that. Never challenged whether it was written by a Brahmin or not. Brahmin was that who knew about Brahma principle, the principle of all-pervading divine love. Everybody was not a Brahmin. But later on, they made it like this: whosoever is born in a Brahmin family was a Brahmin. Whosoever was born in another caste belonged to that. But because of the father's inheritance, you can say inherited, they also, the profession that they were. So according to the professions that we can say the castes were established, no religion but castes. And that is how we had different caste system in India according to the profession. It's very interesting. Recently I discovered there's a caste called Gharni among Marathas, which you may not be knowing. They only believe in the art. They do music, or they have paintings, they make statues, they make temples. That's a caste, that's a profession. And they marry among themselves because it's easier to marry in the same profession and to have the same ideas and styles about life and the profession especially. Now later on, apart from being a profession, it started becoming a very consolidated nonsense. And then they used, I think it's the British who used it very much to separate us from one to another. Now the scheduled caste and all that was not also like a rigid thing. We have got saints like Jokamea and all that, who were also greatly respected and regarded. Also Eknath, Namdev, they all tried to be one with all the castes, and especially the scheduled caste. So this saintliness was regarded as the another caste, you can say, which did not believe in any caste whatsoever. They had no caste, they were casteless people without any religion, without any caste. So the ultimate aim of every caste was to get to self-realization. So they enter into the clan, you can call it, into the system of saints. And all the saints, whether Muslims or Hindus or Jains or anything, they all were put together as saints. as you can say, they were Sufis. Sufis from the Muslim heritage they came. Then we had also among Chinese, Tirthankaras and all that. The main point was that they were the people who believe in the ethical life, ethics, believe in the higher life, spiritual life, and live like that. Now as you are all Sajogis, you have lost your religion, you lost your caste, you have lost everything. You are Sajogis, yogis. Means you are the people who are believing into the ethical side of life. In this country, all this was used and was exploited also for politics, for all kinds of segregation of, and that has really gone into such rigid ideas about everyone, every caste, that first thing they used to ask, not now, before, what is your caste? Now that's over. They don't ask, at least thank God that much sense is there, that they don't ask for the caste. But they used to ask religion and caste formally when we were entering into any examination or any kind of competition. Now gradually it's vanishing, but the politicians want to use caste as a method of working out the opposition and the majority part of it. This democracy, I don't think, is very helpful to us. Because in democracy, anybody can start an organization, can say that we belong to this caste and that caste. And when the constitution was made also in this country, it's very surprising. Ambedkar was one of them who wanted that there should be a privilege for the scheduled caste for politics. My father was there, he said no. You can have only two types, one who have and those who don't have. And that kind of a thing, if you had those who have and don't have, it would make such a difference. Then in other countries they have the same type. So that the needs of the people who haven't got the minimum necessities for good life will be helped. Instead of creating a caste. Now, there was one fellow called Mandan who created a great problem in our country. He, as a student, had a car of his own, used to live very lavishly, and he was fighting for some people who were supposed to be downtrodden. And so many bad things have been done because of his report that he gave. Now, if he had made that kind of a proper, sensible, ethical division in this country, things would have been much better. But now, because of this problem of creating artificial caste, this country is suffering a lot. And the castes of the gurus, the castes, we can say, of the Sufis, or the caste of the saints, is very much polluted. And we had many people in our country who started becoming gurus and this and that. The main thing was the ethics, which was the culture of this country, was the ethics of them. Without that, they thought human beings were worse than animals. Ethics was very important to every caste, to every person. Even when I was young, we had the same thing. But now, it has become such a mixture and such a problem that unless and until Sahaja Yoga really spreads in a real way, I don't think we can improve the condition of this country. Now the essence of it is that once your attention is only towards ethics and adhyatma, then you start discovering all the inner, deeper meanings of our life. You work it out in a different way. In a very different way you work it out. If it is material gain, then one can become like America. If it is some sort of a very low-level hankerings, then also you cannot be an Indian. The principles of Indian life were embedded in spirituality, in morality. An immoral person was regarded as a very low-level person. Such a person could not get married. He had no place in the society. He had no place even in the homes, their own homes. That's such a restriction on people, just to see that the society is kept clean. And such a person was thrown out of the society. Anybody who even drank wine or anything was regarded as a person who is not dharmic. He is adharmic. Can you believe it? Drinking was regarded as adharmic. I think very few people must have seen drunkards, only on the streets. When I went to Russia, they asked me, what do you say to cheers? The Russians say cheerio, they don't say cheers. I said, what? Cheers for what? For drinking. When you are on the table, what do you say? I said, we never drink on the dinner table. That's not done in India. At least, I don't know if somebody does it, but it's a very, very Western style of life. But openly you sit down on the dinner table before the children and start and say cheers. Imagine. Cheers for what? For becoming unconscious? For becoming stupid? For getting into troubles? But it became like a practice there. Whether somebody dies in the family, they will drink. Can you imagine? If somebody is born in the family, they will drink. So this culture, the whole culture was so bad, even among the worst in this country, they wouldn't do that. Secretly, some people used to drink, and they would go on the street. Then the Islamic influence came, and surprisingly, when it is prohibited, absolutely prohibited, in the Islam to drink, they all started it. As a reaction, but only those Nawabs and all that. And because of them, because they were in authority, others also took to drink. But still, it's not yet a custom to drink, to celebrate something. I mean, supposing even in the church they give drinks, and they make also some sort of a Benedictine in the church organizing. This is such a perversion of religion. In India also, in the temples and all that, they started all kinds of nonsensical things. But Indian philosophy is such that it gives you complete freedom and you can do what you like. But not in the name of religion, you can't. Not in the name of God. Not in the temple. And if they do it, people will throw them away. They bring a court case, this, do that, and I mean, just remove it completely. So it is kept pure. We had horrible incidents of horrible things people were doing at Harvey, but all that had to be cancelled completely. Why? Because the people couldn't have it. People wouldn't like it. I was told that at Ganpati Pune they are secretly offering some sort of a beer. But if the government comes to about it, it will be banned. I mean, whatever is pure must be kept pure. Christ also, he took one hunter in his hand and started hitting people who were selling things in the temple. So the purity of that church or the purity of that religious place had to be kept. So the first thing I think was purity. Here now I've seen the other day there was a boy. It was for marriage. And it's very surprising. They were all very well off, very rich, everything was there. But they found out that he had a girlfriend before. And the brother of the girlfriend tried to stop him, finished. Now for him to get married is an impossibility in this country. He might get somebody from abroad, I don't know what he'll do. But if he has a girlfriend like that, open thing, who's going to do? So the restrictions came from the society which was built up on ethics. And all these ethical values are penetrating up to the lowest level, up to health. But unfortunately, now the other cultures are coming and people think we are rather rigid, very rigid people. We should really relax a little bit and take to other people. But I have to tell you that if you go out of the line of ethics in any direction, this only saving is yoga to come back to normalcy. This is not the way. And once you come to Sahaja, you cannot deviate from the path of dharma. If you try to do that, you go out of Sahaja. It's as simple as that. It is not that all right, doesn't matter, mother should forgive, and this thing, I forgive, all right, I forgive. Because you have got some still human weaknesses left in you, I forgive. But in Sahajava you cannot. Because Sahajava has to maintain its purity. If you allow all such people to enter into Sahajava, then there will be no purity of Sahaja, and then everybody will start doing this or that just to say that after all, you see, we are also Sahajogis, they are also Sahajogis. If they have done it, why not? What's very surprising to me is the Western people who have taken to Sahaja are scrupulously following such. Scrupulously. I am not such a strict guru as you know. But they understand one thing, that this is for our betterment. This is for our growth. important part of our lives, that is ethics. That has to be there. And once they understand it, I tell you I'm surprised how these Western people who have seen their parents drinking and also other people doing all kinds of things, even their friends and all that, just give up completely. Very proud of. For us Indians it is natural, because we are brought up that. All the time we have seen people being corrected, and of course drinking and all that was of course not out of question. But even if somebody looks at a girl, the father would say, I pierce through your eyes. And that's why the eye is steady. And I don't know how, but we don't know that. Normally. If somebody has been abroad and all that and thinks that they are very free people and why not we do that, it's a different thing. But normally we don't. We don't believe in that. Of course in India we do have some elite society, so-called. They are the people who believe in all kinds of elite behavior. I don't know what is that supposed to be. Maybe some of them have started some nonsense, especially in Bombay. Now it is spreading out also to Pune. And in Pune there are girls who are behaving funnily. I can't believe it. They drink, they smoke, they have become polygons. All this is happening. This has happened. Because I don't know what is their idea about life. Or maybe it's an actress or something they follow. But what is the life of that actress? Unethical behavior, where you compromise with your value system, ultimately, where do you end? It's showing results. We have AIDS, we have so many diseases coming from this kind of irrelevant, unethical life. It's happening everywhere to suggest that we should take a very normal life, a very good family life of obedience and understanding. But because you're very free in the West, it's difficult for you to accept. But once they come to surgery, I'm really surprised how they have accepted surgery so beautifully. They had the freedom, complete freedom to do what they like. In India we don't have such freedom for children. They can go wherever they like, they can do whatever they like. The teacher cannot correct them. Because of that freedom that they had, this one thing that has happened. So many are lost, all right. But those who are saved are rare people. Because of that growth of freedom within them, I think they learn our Indian music in 5 months, 4 months. No Indians can do it. Because they are restricted all the time, they are controlled all the time, they are kept on the path of religion. So ultimately, the freedom that some of you had and enjoyed has given you a special personality. That you pick up very difficult things without aid. Now whether you should have that freedom or not is your own lookout. But too much restrictions on children, I think, is not a good thing. Music, I know, Ravi Shankar, when he was young, his guru had broken a tanpur on his head because he put a wrong note, sorry. Anyway, he used to beat them, tie them upside down, put them in the well. I mean, all kinds of things they did. And the disciples listened to all that discipline. Anyway, but I think that curbed their capacity to absorb something difficult. This is one of the reasons why I see this has happened, that people have picked up this difficult music in 4 months, 3 months. It's a miracle, we think. Why not this happens with Indians? You put them to anything, they pick it up so fast. With Sahaja, born with Sahaja, those who are, should be given full freedom, I think. Such children should be given full freedom. Because they will not do anything wrong. And you will see they will pick up things very fast. Not that Westerners are more intelligent or alert, but the way they are given freedom, their growth, their personality. Sometimes they are like a vagabond, I think. Sometimes just like a tomboy. Sometimes to me they look like very vulgar. But once with that wealth of freedom they come to reality, they shine. So I would request also Indians not to suppress the children too much. We enjoy the children very much in India, no doubt. But we suppress also them. Why are you standing? Why don't you sit down? And children don't mind because it's accepted, this pattern is accepted. So too much restriction on children also curbs their personality. This is what I've discovered. But the Western people go through such hell, first of all. Develop such problems to begin with. And ultimately what happens is this. But they can be discarded as bad. But if they come as good, they are marvelous. All the freedom they have enjoyed before is showing results. Otherwise, how can this miracle happen to Western people? There's no justification. Now the problem is to give freedom or not. We have a proper sense now after realization that a child is a born realized. In the beginning, he won't understand, But gradually such a child will show results. Maximum capacity to absorb and to express. So today I am telling you about this freedom, which is the freedom of the spirit. We should have understanding of such children who have that spirituality there. They have dharma in them. And we should not try to constrict them or to trouble them. Let them do what they like. They'll never do anything wrong because they're born realized. So I'm talking about the future Indians. Some of them I've seen 8-year-old children, 6-year-old children. They are geniuses, I tell you. They sing as if we feel that the old musicians are being gone over. Very surprised how they show their talent. There was a program I saw on the television of children below 8 years. And a 3-year-old girl singing just like Hirabai Bodhidharma. I was amazed. They are born relaxed, but also they have the talents from their past lives. They have got it from the past life. So we should not try to control and check our children too much. That's a part of our search culture. It doesn't fit into Indian culture, I must say, but it should fit into search culture. To understand the value of our children who are realized. I enjoy their company. They speak so sweetly of all the things of all the person, and they describe about everyone so sweet. You just allow them the freedom to talk, and they'll tell you all kinds of things. Now for the, I've praised you a lot, I think, the outsiders, we can call them not Indians, non-Indians. And it is a fact. The way they have taken to Sajobai is not. But the way they are taking to this Indian music and to Indian art, I can't believe it. Can't understand. So, you have freedom. But now use this freedom for expression of whatever you have achieved inside. Because you are already grown up with your freedom, and if you do not utilize that personality full of freedom in expressing Sahaja Yoga in your own languages, you won't help your people. You have to help them, because your percentage is very low, your quality is high. But in your own country, your percentage is low. So you have to go all out to get them into Sahaja and to let them know what they can achieve and what they are. You are duty bound, I think.
अब हम सब मिलकर परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ, कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री शक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्कि साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्कि साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।